Hello folks, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included from Absurdities. I just realized something. Dupes have been coming down here. Where are we? We're too far down. Picking up coal and bringing it back up to here to place into here because I had manual use on. And I'm sure I had a reason for that once upon a time, many cycles ago, but we no longer do. So, yeah, I just caught a whole bunch of them just going down there, snatching up coal away from where it needs to be by the generators for distribution and throwing it back up there. So, how annoying, frankly, how annoying. Anyways, I'm glad I caught that. Some things have changed since the last episode. First of all, let's have a look at the little farm here. We have this cooler going, and it is cooling down this slate wheat, which is all planted. Full disclosure, because, I don't know, I'm like that. I was on stream for about 4.5 hours last night, and people basically told me you should just finish it with debug tools. And I was exhausted at that point, so I did it. We deleted the seeds and the wheezewort that was necessary to plant this stuff, but then I just the last couple of rows here, the last 3-4 rows, I guess. I don't know where we were, to be honest, but I just used the debug tools and went plop plop plop, placed it down, and so it is planted. I also had to rebuild the entire thing because I was silly when I set it up. I only had 2 spacing. I forget the basic rules of pit planting, which state there has to be, when you're planting right side up like this, there has to be a space of 4, like basically a space of 5, including the tile. So yeah, I had to rebuild the thing, and it was a little bit of a nightmare stream. The stream is available to watch if you want to see a grown man struggle with decisions in life for, like I say, what was it, 4.5 hours? We also have intermittent circuit overloading here, and there are some issues with that. So, as we can see here, we have these areas. We're not even, like, these are going to be really hard to upgrade to the new circuitry. I had 2 ideas. First of all, one, we're not using any of this oxygen or any of these gases, so we can just disconnect them for now and take the pieces that need to be upgraded and upgrade them. But actually, instead of upgrading that, I had another idea, which was put a transformer in here somewhere, and I think I would do that. Let's use mesh tile. And let's just put a transformer in and connect this heavy watt wire to the small end of the transformer. Like, why shouldn't that be a thing, right? Let's do the proof of concept anyways. I want the big end to the right. I want this to come in here. In fact, yeah, we can get rid of those. Let's turn that to building before I forget. Because over here in particular, it's been kind of flashing off, and I know I'll never get an opportunity to fix that. But if we put in a big transformer, which again, we don't need to run until we actually need these gases. But I do want to test the concept here. So we then go in here, we grab some conductive wire. Copper is fine, and we just connect it just like that. I'm curious if it'll do it properly. I think it will, just like that. And then you've got power to these when you need it. Obviously, this is a lot of power if we had all of them going at once, but I'm pretty confident we'll never have any of these. Like, not that we'll never have any of them. We'll never have all of them running at the same time. What are we even going to do with this stuff? I mean, that's the question. We've got chlorine, we've got CO2, oxygen I can see us using, obviously, and the polluted oxygen with 5 million germs and counting, you know, could be useful. It just isn't right now because we also have this oxygen over here. Now, this is another area where that solution of just swapping it out is not going to fully work. I really do wish there was an option to just build over the heavy watt plate over top of the old one. Is there? No, there's no way of just swapping the blueprint. Oh, hey, look at this. Recycle or print. What am I even looking at? Spool of filament. Oh my god. It's my inner 3D printing nerd is like so happy about that, but anyways, it's not for right now. What are we doing? This one's fine. We can swap out all the wire in here without issue. It might screw things up a little bit, but honestly, I want to move this into a different site anyways. I haven't decided where yet. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that's pressing right now. The other thing that's going on is we're almost out of coal. So we have 46.6 tons of coal. It certainly, I don't think, wasn't helping that we had people running back and forth with that coal, but we are producing coal. We turned on this other critter condo, the critter ranch. And so we have 5 groups of 8, so 40 hatches producing coal. And if we were to have a look at that, I would have to figure out how much coal they produce in a day, which I think I can do. There's an online Oni calculator, so let me go have a look at that in the meantime and show you what I can come up with. Turns out the answer is simpler than me doing a bunch of calculations, but it says here, can I zoom in for you guys' sake? Each coal generator consumes 600 kilograms of coal a cycle when running constantly. You need 8.5 tame and happy stone hatches to produce 600 kilograms of coal each cycle. So one ranch will fuel one generator. So we are definitely not producing enough, even though those coal generators don't run all the time. I think we could still probably stand to have more hatches, I guess. It's just a matter of where to put them. If we get rid of this and this, we can just expand over to here. I think we can do that just fine. Yeah. Because I would like to produce an excess. The only thing is, do we want to do it with stone hatches? I guess we do. Sedimentary rock is something that we're going to have a lot of for a long time. We've got 1,111.1 tons. 1111.1. Great number. So yeah, let's consider that what we need to do for the short term. Because we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 worth. If we make an extra 2, that should allow us to produce more. The other thing we did for power, though, in the meantime, is we have these natural gas generators working off of our natural gas storage. We have 2 geysers. If these don't run all the time, then we have enough natural gas production to be net like balanced in terms of consumption. And you can see they're not working right now, but they should be. I think I'm going to set them up the exact same as the coal. There always seems to be a slight difference, though, in the smart battery levels. And it's a bit of a worry, I suppose. But if we do low threshold of 6, we'll try that. We'll see what it gets us anyways. So this is a new installation. I kind of had to put it in, I want to say in a hurry, but these generators are straightforward. You pipe in natural gas, you get polluted water and CO2 out. So the CO2 comes out a gas pipe. We are sending the CO2 into our gas sorting line, which is beside the natural gas here. That, if you remember, goes all the way up here and is distributed into this. system, which is the one that I would love to move, but I don't think we are going to. I keep looking at what kind of changes I'm going to make to the base, or I would like to make to the base. Ranching is obviously happening somewhere else, right? So we don't need ranches, which means we don't need 96 size rooms, which are these rooms over here. They are 96 tiles interior. We don't need that. We can have it for the few rooms that we do want it, like kitchen, and I don't know what else we would do. Probably the labs. But we could do the lab elsewhere if we want. Maximum of 120 tiles for a lab, which is kind of what this one is in its weird way. I am reminded I did have 𝘬𝘭𝘥 working on some research, at least utilizing the rad bolts we're producing. So we can do that one. We can do the basic research, the advanced research, and the material study research, but we can't, we just don't have data banks, right? I think we have like 2. No, it says 0. Okay, we must have used them. Yeah, of course we did on some of this research. But because I really want the monument, but we're going to need a lot of data banks in order to get that. So I'm not sure how many data banks equals how much research. It might be down to skill that way too. Probably not. I think that's just the speed. But yeah, I don't know. We have to go to space for that. And to go to space, I mean, there's nothing saying we can't build it up right now, build up a rocket program. I just feel like the base needs to get sorted out because we're going to run into critical shortages before too long, which could effectively kill the colony if we're not careful. 1 pipsqueak or 2 pip eggs. I'm going to take 2 pip eggs, let them hatch over time. Because we have 3 pips and that's it, other than the cuddle pips, which are honestly doing an amazing job in here. I guess the other one died off. But yeah, cuddle pips are amazing. They've been hugging all the eggs, except for these 2 are unreachable. So yeah, they've been doing a job. Anyways, let's get this sorted out. I'm gonna have to knock, well, I don't have to knock a hole, but I'm going to knock a hole for access through. And then we'll put a door on it. We'll go up to speed 2. And let's get a door back on it. And if we trap any, we will have them moved out. Any day now. Of course, yeah, we're still feeding these guys manually, which is not ideal. Come on, then. Okay, we didn't trap anyone. That's amazing. That's unfortunate. All this gas. Let's mop up that bit of liquid nuclear waste. And let's drop it all the way down to the bottom of the map. Okay, we get rid of that. Sandstone? No. No. Granite. Yeah, right under Amari's feet. That's... Alright, it's fine. Game? Yep. Cycle egg. What was that about? Oh, meteor shower. Okay. We are going to use our blueprints. I think we have a blueprint of this. Left and right key to switch between them. That is Dreco Ranches. 1 and 2, I guess. This looks to be it. So we could put 2 up here and 1 below, which is a thought. I can't rotate it, which is a minor annoyance for me. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to play it by ear here. Yeah, it's a 10 by 10 area. Right underneath that guy is our 10th tile. So that's the way those are going to get set up. We'll just leave it open on the bottom for now. We go over 1 too many. That's our 10 tiles. Now, do I want to have a ladderway in between? I think I do, so that we can do automated stuff. And it looks like there's just enough room to kind of copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's move this over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cancel that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This doesn't look right. It's not. Forgot to account for a wall somewhere. Okay, but that's how that'll go. Get some plastic ladder in between. I feel like this needs to be made plastic ladder. I mean, it's only been in there for how many hundreds of cycles? Okay. Cut that. Put the doors. Yeah, 10 by 10 with 4 tiles taken out is our 96. Like so. Yeah. Of course, it's going to be exactly the same level as that. Cancel those. Those guys in. Come on. Listen to me when I drag a thing over that bar. Yeah, that's going to work out nicely. Just going to do them different to be different. The food goes right against the doorway so that it can be reached from an auto sweeper. If I choose to put that system in, we get critter drop-offs. We get grooming stations. And then somewhere just to the left tile, it looks like. Where is it? It's there. Okay, we have our slightly wonky symmetry, which I'm happy with. And we'll get that built. And we should be able to populate it in no time with all that. Like this guy, he's just going to go off and get drowned pretty much immediately here. But I might be able to save them if I do it now. Move to there. Wrangle. 9. Move to 9. Now, where's the other one? Wrangle. 9. Move 2. Same spot. Oh, he's trust. They just don't look trust. We've got another one being dropped off. Wrangle. 9. Move 2. Same spot. There we go. We got a head start. Now we just need our dupes to build things. Alright, while I was waiting for that to happen, I got the entombment, the entombed warning here, and as you can see, we're overheating the solar panels with this regolith that came down super hot. I don't know if we'll get a chance to cool them down quick enough. It's honestly a real problem. And one thing I looked at, and not having really seen it before, was this conduction panel. I feel like maybe we could make it work, but I don't know. The solar panels are not super productive anyways. Like, we get most, I want to say 300-ish watts. We calculated, wasn't it 290 or something like that? So I'm not sure it's going to be worth the constant headache of maintaining them, but I don't know. This whole system, again, is not up to snuff, so it's got to be redone again. Because these meteorites are a real pain in the ass. To the point where I'm thinking we need some kind of way of slowing down the opening of the doors so that we can, for instance, make it like a T shape. Obviously this would require a major rebuild of the whole damn thing, but we make a T shape. We get our miner up here, and then we have auto sweepers as well on either side. But the auto sweepers just don't have the range for what I'm thinking. So I don't know. I need to do more research into an effective space setup, because this ain't doing it, man. We need to have a network to know when the rockets are coming back in, but other than that, yeah. Be nice to have an automated rocket setup again. I'd had one once upon a time, but it was like the only time I had done it, so time will tell. We got another one here. We're gonna move you. And, yeah, I'm just waiting for this to get built. Somehow, 𝘊𝘭𝘮 got herself stuck up here. So, we're gonna have to have some people oh no, she can bail herself out there. It's a little annoying. I also realized, too, that this fossil isn't really in the way. Since we opened that. So, we can actually add another thing just like that. I don't think we ever have to look at that again, so we can just let it hang in the air. Like, we don't have to access it again, I guess is the word I'm looking for. The cycle leg. Put those in there, cancel that, and let it get finished. Again, I'll go ahead and add all the furniture. And some progress is definitely being made here. I keep moving up spare guys. Oh, we got spare Drecos. Yeah, we have enough in there. We had a little bit of critter starvation happening because we didn't have all these planted. So I planted 2 more. We'll see how that balances out. These guys haven't complained, and there's 3 unplanted in there. Or they haven't complained recently. So we'll see what is the better bet. As long as I'm like, I really don't want to be producing extra meal lice because it just sits around and rots. So we're trying to find the perfect balance for feeding them. In fact, if these guys are fine, and they have been fine on 3, let's dig one up. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, yes, continue to build. I guess we can go ahead and site some of this stuff as well. It's all going to go to the same place anyways. Looks like I missed adding those in here. One there, leave a space of 2, put the other one there. Copy that, flip it around. Whoops, no, copy. There we go, hook that up. Copy settings over to those that are already done. Copy. Pasta. And the other thing I'll need is power. There's a potential to overload this stuff, but I'm gonna risk it. And if it turns out to be too much, we'll just add another transformer through here, or we'll run some of the power off down here. I mean, that is saying 6,480 watts of 2,000, and we're never going to hit that just because we're staggering the on-off time. So, I don't know, I feel pretty confident they're not going to be dropping eggs every second simultaneously all over all the ranches. Grub fruit preserve, I'll pass. Let's take the lime and move back down. Let it carry on. Now we're cooking. Yeah, a lot of their stuff has been delivered, so. And this guy, the amber fossil, can just chill right there. It'll be in the way if we ever want to run a transit tube through there, but I don't think we will. I think we're okay. Copy, pasta, pasta. This guy's almost done. We're so close. We can put those in now. I just noticed these guys are already shipping coal from here. So the babies are producing just the same as the adults. I assume it's the same. I could be wrong. It's happened. We're going to have to add these little nubs so they can stand there and finish these walls, but otherwise this is coming along nicely. What's going on here? The copper, that just needs to get delivered, I guess. And it's amazing they were already delivering hatches. Despite not being finished. It's actually quite surprising. Huh. Weird. Okay. It's fine. I'll get these made. And then we're good to go. We should be out producing our coal generators, which will then allow us to step back on the natural gas a little bit. Because there's one thing that would be really bad for our food consumption, and that is to have to slow down. Actually, oh gosh, we don't have the fish coming in right now. Why? Why for art thou fish not produce? I don't know what I'm saying. We might have to go ahead and tell some of these fish to die. Like you need to be held open, this door. Pacu fry, Pacu, elderly. There we go. We get a little fish in there so that we're making our surf and turf, because we're at almost at a surf and turf. We get 130,000 barbecue. We could almost use another fish farm. The only problem with that is the algae. We've got just shy of 300 tons of algae, and they're gonna eat every day, so we need to be wary. Until we have a good source of algae, or we start producing it, which we can do with our limited amount of slime, we need to not overproduce on the fish. I'd rather the fish be the bottleneck, not the barbecue, and that seems to be the way it is right now. So that's good. We have an omelet? Why do we have omelets? There must have been eggs that... Oh, I think I know why. Do we have this? Yeah, it's set to pinch row and smooth hatchling and sage hatchling and shove wool eggs. So, and puffs. So that's fine. Although, if I had a choice, I would, and I do have a choice. Let's be fair. I'm going to turn off the sage hatchling and smooth hatchling, because simply put, I don't think the omelet is as valuable to us. Okay, let me go in here and have a look at omelets. Okay, we'll turn it on there and then click it. Thank you, 𝘠𝘭𝘠, for showing me that. And we can have a look at omelets, morale +4. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not sure the difference, actually, between it and barbecue. I guess we could always have a look at barbecue. Barb. With a V at the end. Barbecue. Oh, it's only +3. No, but it's +3, but morale +8. This is +2, morale +4. So barbecue's better, so I'd rather have the barbecue than the omelets. Yes, that's... You just hand-delivered cooked seafood. Why? Why? Maybe I should be turning this... It's down. Edible and cooking ingredient 2. Because I want the sweepers to do it, but I guess the dupes are probably just looking for things to do. It's a weird audio bug. Okay. And this is for the eggs. Yeah, okay. Let's not fix/break that. Yeah, so I went and did the same thing here. So this system at least will not overload in the short term. So that gives us a longer life out of our infinite gas storage systems that are over here. But as you can see, it is a bit of a problem when it comes to a system like this. I would have to kind of design my way my way into there and then vacuum it out again. I am tempted to destroy this one because the rest of them are built robust enough for the power system, but this one is not. And during the stream last night, I kind of asked like what people thought, specifically 𝘠𝘭𝘠, and he said don't mess with it if you don't need to, and that's a really good advice. But I may need to, as we've just seen. We can get rid of that. We don't need that guy up there anymore. Honestly, this little bit of hydrogen that's up there, it can disappear as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not concerned. Meanwhile, the sleet wheat is growing. It is like 0 degrees in there. Up at the top, it's 0 degrees there too, because the coolant we're providing is, you guessed it, about 0 degrees. And it seems to be just running constantly through at 0 degrees, which is fine. But we could always turn it off. And we turn it off by clipping that and allowing it to go back into the reservoir. And that effectively shuts down this system for now. We could also disconnect this smart battery because it's just going to be a drain on the system until we're ready to go again. So let's do that. And hopefully the 𝘊𝘆𝑤𝘬𝑡𝑠 from this point on will take care of what little cooling we'll need for the area. And it looks to me like, yeah, there's an excess of cooling in the area. So we'll see how that goes in the long run. It's going to be, you know, like another 60 plus cycles until it produces anything. Which is, you know, it is what it is. It's not the best system ever. This is pretty much ready to be shut down, this one. I'm going to deconstruct that and we'll mop up the rest. We'll just leave it on a priority 5. This one can continue for a minute. But the water off the top, we'll try and skim some of that off. Yeah, there we go. Why use the filter if we don't have to? We caught it at the right time. So all this oil is going up here. We have tons of it. And the one thing we looked at, it was how much cooling the AET ends would give us against something like a petroleum generation system. So if we go through the basic math of that, we get a refinery of which we have a potential 3. Not refineries, oil wells. Oil well, we have a potential 3. Must be built overlap. Okay, so gosh. Just let me look at the thing. Oil well. Click it. Crude oil, it produces 3333.33 grams a second. So 3 of them is going to produce just shy of, and we're talking like 0.03 shy of 10,000 grams a second, 10 kilograms a second, right? The oil refineries would be able to use 10 kilograms a second. Oh, we only need 1. Okay, so that would power 1 oil refinery, which then would produce 5 kilograms per second of petroleum and 90 grams a second of natural gas. 5 kilograms a second of petroleum is enough for 2.5 petroleum generators, which require 2,000 grams per second of combustible liquid. So I actually had the math wrong last night on the stream. I thought it was a little different, but it's not. The refinery doesn't. It takes more than I thought it did. Let me just double check. Oil refinery takes 10 kilograms a second of crude oil, and that's what we would be producing with 3 oil wells. Minus 0.03, which is neither here nor there. Considering we would be producing 5 kilograms a second, which is only enough for 2.5 generators, we're still producing, if we're running 2 petroleum generators, we still have an excess of petroleum. So petroleum, again, helps if you spell it right. Petroleum generator. That would produce us 4 kilowatts of power, which is not insignificant at all. And it would, in fact, be more if we tune them. So that's going to be definitely a project for the near future. Yes, my pretties, mop. Mop it all. Yeah. We'll get that done. You don't need to mop that. Thank you very much. We'll get that cleaned up and go from there. But I think I gotta end it because, boy, the time has really passed on. But hey, look, these are ready to go. These guys are being fed. Their stuff is, their coal is being taken away. So I am quite content about that. I'm quite happy. Oh, we need, sorry, we have 1 more tile to build Why don't I just put a quick ladder? Probably because we have the granite right here. So let's just build a granite tower right there. We'll get that made. And these will be fully done. So yeah, slightly more focused than my long stream from between episodes. We got a thing done, which took a long time last night because this is why I try and record when I'm relatively fresh, so to speak. Although I usually leave Oni till last because it's like the most involved, I'd say, of all the playthroughs. Anyways, we're going to have to clean up the air in here. That's a task for another day. It's not super important. I say that, but like honestly, what does it take? It takes throwing down a couple of these and connecting it to the power. And, you know, job's done. We'll let it find its own equilibrium and get sorted out. We're still vacuuming out the asteroid down here. So all the gases are being drawn downwards to some degree. And we have a little bit escaping from the doors of the base because the base is pressurized, right? Remember at 1700, 1800, 1900 grams per tile. And well, we're actually accumulating a lot of CO2 down here. But we'll fix all of that when we fix the central part of the base. This here is a reminder, probably for next episode now. I want to expand the roof of the base up so we have a little more vertical height. Not 100% necessary, but I kind of have this idea that I want to have the central area of the base to be all of our facilities, and then put bedrooms flanking either side. So that's going to be something. I'll probably get out my little piece of paper again and do a manual spreadsheet, because that's a thing. All right, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you next time. Oh, this weekend we got a community gaming event as well. Check out the events tab on Discord. Okay, cheers. Goodbye for now.